Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, children are the easiest victims in a society, and when they are hurt or eliminated, if you know what I mean, it's a double insult to the crime, because they didn't have a chance to taste life and have a chance to experience love or hatred or other feelings and make something, create something. An old person is a victim as well, but the old person had a chance to live his life or her life. And I'm not saying that that's a good thing. I'm just saying that children are the victims of the victims. And old people are victims, but the other ones are kind of like double victims. And their children are always caught in the adults' scuffles and crimes, and they become easy targets. In this case, I have this article from Al Mayadin from today, the 20th of November 2022, and this is the title. Now, this news outlet is an Arab news outlet, and they say they're independent. I'm just saying what they say. I know, it's like those guys who say that we are the organization Antifa and we fight fascism. Their behavior is anyway. So Israel, and it's in quotation marks, Israel detained 9,300 plus Palestinian minors in 8 years, report says. Now, it's always the question, why? What did they do? Maybe they did something. And to be detained is not necessarily, something that will result in something negative. You're detained and then asked a few questions and find out what did you do, if anything. If not, you should be released. If yes, you should be sent to wherever you have to by law. The Palestinian Prisoners Society highlighted on Saturday that the Israeli occupation has detained over 9,300 Palestinian minors in the past 8 years. There is an average of around 1,200 children per year, or 100 children per month. Well, I don't know if those children, I'm gonna have to be honest. I not have to. It's just a simple, questioning. Now, if those kids were throwing rocks and doing hanky-panky towards Israeli soldiers or whatever, I don't think that's right. And if they were detained, that's one aspect. The other one is abuse. Just grab a kid and get him because he's a kid or Palestinian. That's not right. So I always would like to know the context. 9,300 tells me a big number, but also I don't know if that number is how many are justified and how many are not justified. So the number is as it is. It's a big number. In a statement on the occasion of World Children's Day, the Palestinian Prisoners Society says Israeli occupation forces arrested 750 minors in 2022, noting that around 160 children are still in custody. Now, a child, where I come from, or the United States, is considered a person, a human being, younger than 18. So if you're 17 and 11 months and 20 days or so, you're still a child. So, and then all of a sudden when you get to be 18, oops, I'm an adult the next day. You know how that goes. So I would like to know if maybe they have all this, set on age. Because if you have a 5-year-old versus a 17-year-old, it's a different story. Now you say, hey, it's still a child. Well, technically it's a child, but they're a child. I don't know if the child had an automatic weapon, a grenade, a rock that tried to hit someone in the face with it. You know what I mean? Those were armed. Well, it doesn't mean you have to hit them, do you? Now I understand, or I try to understand the situation over there, wherever that happened. But I'm not trying to say, oh my God, they arrested children. Children here are arrested all the time and put in the juvenile homes. I'm very familiar with that. So I know And guess who brings them to the juvenile home? Not their parents, the police, the law enforcement. So they arrest the juveniles, get them like this, and get them nicely. They bring them to the juvenile home. You check them in, and that's it. They stay in the juvenile home, like prison, term. That's what you do. It's a program and so on. But anyway, let's see. In late June, the Geneva-based Defense for Children International Palestine chapter said in a report that the Israeli occupation forces killed 15 Palestinian children in 2022. The report said the occupation had been hiking its aggression against minors in occupied Palestine, namely in the occupied West Bank and occupied Al-Quds, since the onset of this year. Now, you don't know if that aggression against minors was because they initiated or they were defending themselves from those children. Again, context matters. I'm not defending the Israelis by all means, and neither defend the other guys. You can just say this, and because of those guys aggressed. How many? I don't know. I know you have to look at each case individually. Since the Second Intifada in September 2000, the Israeli occupation has detained more than 19,000 Palestinian children, which included children who were not even 10 years of age. Okay, how many? Between the Second Intifada and the mid-2013, the Israeli occupation brutally murdered more than 1,500 Palestinian children, the equivalent of one child getting murdered every 3 days for 13 years. In mid-July, United Nations Chief Antonio Guterres revealed in the annual Children and Armed Conflict report that Israeli occupation forces murdered 78 Palestinian children, maimed another 982, and detained 637 in 2021. Well, as sad as it is, these are the numbers. I don't know the context. I can't really, it's a big number, that's for sure. But I watch videos and I see a lot of, and videos are not from the Israeli side, by the way, it's from the other side. And I see really what's going on in some context. I don't see everything, obviously. And I see Israeli military, walking with their rifles, go around. And I see a lot of young men, juveniles, throwing rocks, doing this and doing whatever. And I don't know. I see that in many videos. I don't know if those guys are supposed to be over there, the military, Israeli military, or not. But I'm just saying, smoke, there's no smoke without fire. And I don't know, it's justified to kill someone. Obviously, it depends if you're in self-defense. Now it matters if it's a kid. Well, if I'm in a store buying gas and a kid comes, let's say he's 13 and he has a handgun and says, give me your fucking money, I kill you, and I can subdue that kid, I will do it. You know what I mean? Or I will defend myself if I can. If I not, I will say, here it is. Hey, by the way, I got one. You want my watch too? Here. You didn't ask for it, but I'm going to give it to you. You know what I mean? So it's just the circumstance. So the context matters. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.